Good evening, Wolves. Tonight, we slow it down. No system breakdown, no chaos analysis, no loud rebellion. Tonight is something different. I would say maybe something personal. Tonight is about a generation, a specific one. Not fully old school, but not fully modern. Raised between two worlds. The last ones who knew silence, and the first ones thrown into the noise. This one is personal. This one is for the class of 2001. So let's get into it. Welcome to episode 45 of the Wolves Bar podcast. Class of 2001, my generation. We were born in 201, not quite analog, not fully digital, but right in the fractal line where the world split into. They truly label us, throw us into the same box as the rest of the Gen Z, like we all came out of the same fucking factory. We didn't. We're the last ones who remembered a real childhood before everything became screen. We played outside until the street lights told us the story was over. We learned consequences face to face, not through comments. We built friendships without algorithms, deciding who mattered in the end. We didn't grow up with a phone glued to our hand. We grew into it. There's a difference, and it's not small. We understand both worlds, the one before the noise and the one that is drowning in it right now. That alone makes us dangerous in the best way. But let's not romanticize it too much, because here's the part most people don't want to say out loud. We are not perfect, not even close. I'm not gonna say that we are perfect. We had some of the best parents, especially the ones forged in the 80s. Probably most of them are forged in the 80s. People who grew up without comfort handed to them. People who knew what it meant to earn, to wait, to fight for something real. People who didn't have tutorials for life, just consequences and lessons. They tried to pass that on us, and some of us listened, but a lot of us, we got comfortable. We inherited strength and sometimes turned it into laziness. We were given tools and used them for distraction. We were shown discipline and chose convenience. So, yeah, in some ways, we are a shitty generation, not because we lack potential, but because we don't always respect where it came from. We forge how much we were given, because it wasn't wrapped in struggle the same way it was for them, our parents. And that's the trap, because when you don't respect the foundation, you don't build anything worth standing on. It doesn't matter what generation you're in. If you decide to be the one who steps up, every era had weak people. Every era had strong ones. Every era had some shitty ass motherfuckers. The difference is always individual. Some kid out there, same year, same start, same world, maybe even same house, is building something real, grinding, learning, moving. So the excuse dies right there, just after this sentence. Being born in 2001 doesn't make you special. What you do with it, that's what makes it special. But we do have an edge. We remember enough of the real world to not get completely lost in the fake one, in the plastic relationships that we have now. We've seen both sides, and that means we get to choose which one is better and which one is not. which has potential and which one has not. Or we can get some middle ground in it because we can choose side. So we're not better because of when we were born. We're better when we act like it means something. When we take what our parents gave us, that quiet strength, that resilience, that perspective, and actually use it. When we stop hiding behind labels and start building something that doesn't need one. Class of 2001, that's when we got the edge that most of the gens doesn't have. We're not defined yet, we're still writing it. So either we become another wasted potential story, or we become the generation that understood both worlds and choose to rise anyway. Think about that. So after this, let me add something to all of that. A couple of things. Because what you just heard, that's not just nostalgia. That's identity. The class of 2001 is a strange breed. Don't get me wrong, we are fucking strange. We weren't born into comfort, but we weren't born into chaos either. We had childhood without phones, teenage years with the internet, adulthood inside the algorithm. We saw the shift happen in real time. We played outside and then got pulled inside. We learned to respect the hard way, but also saw it disappear slowly and continue to watch it, how it disappears. We had parents from a different era, stronger, harsher, more real than most of the people that we meet today. And now we live in a world where everything is softer, but somehow is more broken than we ever had in the previous years. We understand both sides, and that's why we feel out of place. Too old for the new mindset, and too young for the old one. We don't fully belong anywhere, and that confuses people because we don't follow blindly. We question, we compare, we remember, we know what actual curiosity is to ask a question and don't get shouted or get fucked up, I guess, in some place. So yeah, we remember, and memory is dangerous in a world that constantly rewrites itself. So use that energy, class of 2001. And also here's what people don't realize about our generation. We adapt. We had to. We went from no internet to full digital life. Real conversation to the online noise that we have now. Respect to fucking sarcasm culture. Patience to instant gratification. And we didn't break, we adjusted. Call us mad, we didn't forget, and that's our edge. We know what real connection feels like and still search for it in this plastic world. We know what fake looks like all over the world. We know what silence sounds like. Most of the kids these days don't know. And we are not impressed easily because we definitely seem better. Let's be honest. And as we are on the only spot right now, there's a downside to all of this. We carry confusion. We were raised one way and thrown into a completely different reality. We were told, work hard, you will succeed. Be loyal, it will matter. Respect people, it will come back. And we are loyal, we work hard, we respect people. And we get people who don't work hard, people who are not loyal, and no respect after all. And then we grew up and saw that's not always how it works anymore. So we had to rebuild our understanding of the world alone. No manual, no guide, just experience. And that's why many of us feel tired. Not physically, but mentally, in our noggin, in our head, in our brain. Because we are constantly translating between what was and what is. The most fucked up part, or the most real part, is that our parents are at the same stage, constantly translating between what was and what is now. And that's the world we live in. Think about that. So here's the weekly howl. As you know, we are already in the Monday vibe, so here's the weekly howl, which this one especially goes to the in-between generation, especially the 2001. The ones who remember playing outside until the street lights came on, and now scroll in silence at night. The ones who didn't grow up soft, but didn't grow up numb either. The ones who feel like they don't fully belong because they see too much of both worlds. You're not lost. You're balanced between realities. And that my wolves, that is power. You're not lost. We are maybe one of the last great generations. So yeah, the class of 2001, we are not the loudest, nor we are not the flashiest, but we are aware. We've seen the shift. We've lived through the transition, and because of that, we move differently. So if this hit you tonight, you already know. You don't need to explain it. You just feel it. Until next time, stay sharp, stay real, and never forget where you came from. See you at the bar.